Imagine the high-stakes drama of a supposed victory celebration turning into a public relations nightmare where cheers for released hostages clash with furious boos aimed at a key political figure. It's the kind of moment that exposes deep divisions and leaves you wondering if peace is truly possible. But here's where it gets controversial. Was this outburst just about personal grievances, or a sign of broader discontent with leadership that's reshaping the Middle East? Let's dive into the details of this unforgettable event and explore why it matters for everyone following the region's turmoil. On Saturday, in the heart of Tel Aviv, U.S. Special Envoy Steve Witkoff attempted to deliver a celebratory speech, but things quickly unraveled amid an upset audience and his own faltering performance. Witkoff was accompanied by Ivanka and her spouse, Jared Kushner, who no longer serve in formal roles within the Trump administration, for an address commemorating the anticipated freedom of around 20 hostages believed to be surviving in Gaza. The speech, intended as a moment of triumph, hit a major snag when the crowd erupted in fierce disapproval upon hearing the name of Benjamin Netanyahu, a staunch Trump supporter and Israel's Prime Minister. Let me just wrap up this point. Folks, let me just wrap up this point, Witkoff implored, as the participants voiced their strong opposition to the Israeli leader. He faced a lengthy interruption exceeding a minute, during which he struggled to calm the agitated group, even fumbling the Prime Minister's name. To Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu, Witkoff uttered, "I fought alongside the Prime Minister in the thick of it. Trust me, he played a crucial role in this outcome." Reports indicate that more than 100,000 people booed Netanyahu in Hostages Square as Witkoff spoke about the hostages' release. Kushner, meanwhile, was seen smiling. He understands the dynamics. pic.twitter.com/BaxDCROK. News Treason Channel 17, October 11th, 2025. /twitter.com/news treason status 197071576310250. This gathering, estimated to draw up to 400,000 attendees, was arranged by the relatives of the hostages and took place in Hostages Square, eagerly awaiting the liberation of the remaining captives seized by Hamas fighters on October 7, 2023. The Trump administration gets the credit for brokering an agreement between Israel and Hamas after 2 grueling years of warfare in Gaza. Since Friday, a truce has been active, allowing Palestinians to head back to their war-torn homes and paving the way for humanitarian assistance to flow in. Imagine the relief of families reuniting after such prolonged uncertainty, a beacon of hope in a region scarred by conflict. Netanyahu's standing has taken a hit ever since the hostilities began, with opinion surveys regularly revealing that most Israelis lack trust in his right-wing government coalition. And this is the part most people miss. The hostage families have emerged as a powerful and outspoken influence in Israel's political landscape over these 2 years. Many of them blaming Netanyahu for putting his personal political ambitions ahead of rescuing their loved ones, prolonging the suffering unnecessarily. Both Ivanka and Jared took the stage as well, with Ivanka describing the hostages' homecoming as a victory of faith, bravery, and our collective human spirit. The president asked me to convey, just as he has done personally with many of you, that he sees you, he listens to you, and he remains by your side through it all, she shared on her father's behalf. Kushner, who seemed amused during Witkoff's heckling, expressed his immense pride in being a supporter of Israel. Rather than mirroring the savagery of those who oppose you, you've opted for greatness, upholding the principles that define you, he remarked. Jared Kushner in Tel Aviv, instead of replicating the barbarism of the enemy, you chose to be exceptional. You chose to stand for the values that you stand for, and I couldn't be prouder to be a friend of Israel. pic.twitter.com/Z7OLNG86B. https://b. Aaron Rupar at Aaron Rupar. October 11th, 2025. https://twitter.com/status/1970619. https://wy. Witkoff brings a background in real estate and a deep personal bond with Trump, lacking any previous diplomatic training before being named special envoy. Who served as official advisors during Trump's initial presidency, now act as unofficial consultants, especially guiding Witkoff. Currently, Kushner leads Affinity Partners, a private equity company he established in 2021, which has attracted substantial investments for Gulf nations, chiefly Saudi Arabia, highlighting how personal ties can intersect with global finance in fascinating ways. Several global bodies, such as the United Nations, have characterized Israel's operations in Gaza as genocidal, a claim that sparks intense debate. For beginners navigating this complex topic, think of genocide as the deliberate attempt to destroy a group of people. And in this context, it's based on reports of disproportionate force and civilian casualties. Since the conflict erupted, over 2.1 million Palestinians have been forced from their homes, while Gaza's health officials report more than 168,000 injuries and over 67,000 fatalities, numbers that underscore the human cost and why some view this as a humanitarian crisis rather than just a military operation. But here's the real kicker. Does brokering a ceasefire justify overlooking these accusations, or should accountability extend to all parties? And most intriguingly, what do you think? Should political leaders like Netanyahu prioritize personal survival over lives? Or is there a counterpoint where tough decisions are necessary for national security? Share your thoughts in the comments. Do you side with the booing crowds, or is there more nuance to consider? Let's discuss.